there. Happy new week. If you do weeks anymore, I don't. I'm on panel time. There's no weeks. There's no weekdays, no weekends. There's no hours. There's no morning. There's no night. There's no twilight. It's like a Vegas casino. It's just panel time. It's all panel time. One eternal moment. Eternal, repetitive moment. Anyway, hey, good. See, I'm trying to get away from time. It's a whole paradigm of thinking. I want to say good morning, but it's not morning for everybody. That would be non-inclusive. All right. How do I? That's a good question. I'm trying to peddle drama. No, not really. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I have clients through my business that help a little bit, and then the stuff on YouTube. Hey, Leggy,
Yo, what's up, buddy? What's up?
what's going on?
Well, I got time today, so I'm going panel to panel. That's
Oh,
my
you're panel hopping? Well, we're honored to have you. You're off
yeah.
today?
Well, no,
Oh,
I actually worked.
oh,
I
you're.
worked. I got uh. Oh yeah, dude, it was a quick day today. I got there at 4:30. I looked at the boss and the other guy. I go, well, boys. I go 11 o'clock. All hell is going to break loose. They just kind of looked at me like, what do you mean all hell is going to break loose? I go, well, I go about 11 o'clock. Guy's going to open up. She's going to pour like a motherfucker, and she's supposed to go from a 1.5 foot sea to about a 4.2 foot sea in like matter of fucking like an hour.
While you
So,
were out there?
well, that's what I told him it was supposed to do today, right? So we hauled we hauled 15 trawls and we're done by fucking 10:30, which was
Oh, I
quick.
see.
It was quick. I was like, holy fuck.
Did
Anyway,
the did it
so
show
we
up?
get well. Listen, we get in, and they kept teasing me all day about it, fucking with me and shit. They go in. I don't see no rain. All hell's gonna break loose though, right? I'm like, what the fuck? So then So I'm like, I'm telling you, it's going to. So we get inside, and it was 11:15, right? We were in selling at the wharf, and Jordan, the other stairman, goes, "Hey, what time is it?" He was asking the guys up there, "You know what time it is exactly?" Somebody's like, "No," and then they went and got the phone. And they said it was uh, 10:58 or something like that. And he goes, "Well, 11 o'clock, and it ain't raining." We no sooner put the boat on the hook. Got in, walked up over the ramp, got to the cars. It started downpouring at 11:24. So I go, you know what? I go, if it's raining here, it's been raining out there for about a half hour. So I was right, 11 o'clock.
Did you how did you find out?
The weather?
Just like you check the weather on the internet, or just you knowing the weather?
I No, I looked. So I'd been watching the weather, and then when I was in the Air Force, I did Calm Nav, and we had the Doppler radar
Oh,
on the
okay.
so we had the Doppler radar on the fucking plane, which is the same thing as the fucking sonar on the boat, pretty much same idea. You know what I mean? So so I know. Anyways, I got to learn how to read the weather through, like on the plane and shit, like because you could see like when rainstorms were coming in and all that shit. So I watched the radar come on the phone and shit, and then we got on the boat this morning. I was looking at the sonar, and I could see it moving in on the sonar.
Oh, so you know how to read the weather really well then.
Well, yeah. I mean,
You have expertise.
if someone supplies me with a sonar and it's coming in, like I can't tell you, like if it's like 10, 15 miles off. I can't tell you like that. Like I can't tell you if it's coming like that far. But like based on what the weather reports, marine between the marine report, the inland forecast, and then just kind of understanding. where we are as far as the jet stream's concerned and how the jet stream works as carrying them storms. Like, so when they say there's rain, I either know, yeah, it's going to rain or no, it's not. Like, I'm pretty good at guessing it.
Wow.
I mean, I grew up working on the water, so a lot of
Yeah.
people do. I mean, they do too. I think they knew it was going to rain, but I just think it's the way I said all hell was going to break loose. Whatever. But. Well, I've also created drama for myself today,
Uh oh.
Jeff.
Home drama.
No, 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 no.
What
YouTube
happened?
drama. Well, I was on Vid's panel, and I finally met that Berto.
Whose
Oh,
panel?
COVID. I don't
Oh,
know.
I don't. I hear people talk about. I don't know them
So
though.
I was finally up there because they were talking about something. They were talking about construction and shit like that. I was interested in that conversation. Then anyways, so then I finally met the Berto. Well, fucking
Oh,
pissed, and I might have used I used the word I used the term porch monkey, but I didn't. But I don't know the race of Berto, and I was just used because I'd call anybody that. So I was
oh,
just
okay.
using it as a term, and then some woman was like, My kids are black. I don't know." I'm like, "Your point's what? So you're a Karen?" Like it would be one thing if I was using it as a racial slur versus no. I was like, "What the fuck?"
They don't contextual any little thing. If they can hear it in a way that can allow them to
That's
come
what
in
I'm
and
saying.
start their Karen stuff, that's the way they're
Well,
gonna
I
hear it.
grew up in the Bronx, and even as a little kid, okay, your point's what? You're cool in the Bronx, cool, yeah, probably in the Bronx, yeah. It's used as a fucking term. Me growing up, a porch monkey was like pretty much somebody chilling out on a fucking porch that was lazy, did nothing all fucking day. The people that had couches out there, drank beer out on the, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
That
was a
all
porch monk.
fucking day.
This is a
Those were porch monkeys.
like that's what we are now at the Panelverse. This is all porch, hanging out on the porch. Yeah, right. I would totally understand it coming from you, knowing that, but they don't take the time to know that.
Yeah, yeah.
They just react.
They base it on reason. But I did say, but I was even before this person said something, I was aware of it, and I was like, well, maybe I probably shouldn't have said that because, like, you know what I mean? Because I
That's
do
what
know
they want you to
elsewhere.
do, though. They want you to
But I was
second
like,
guess your speech.
but I was like, whatever. But I stood my fucking ground of saying it. Like, I wasn't calling fucking like that was my whole thing. But I will say, never let Berto up on your panel.
He tried to.
Never.
People were telling me about Birdo,
Yeah, I know. I was
and
up
he
on the panel
finally
that one
came up
time.
one day, and he lasted less than 30 seconds
I know.
before he was
I
kicked.
know. I was up here, and it was
And
like,
now
blah, blah, blah,
he's
blah, blah. Nope,
on
I'm not doing it.
the ban list.
Yeah, no, no, that was fucking.
Oh, well, you missed Leggy's story that he just told. Is what you missed.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm not retelling it.
He was having a casual conversation, and he used the word porch monkey,
Well,
and some
no, it wasn't a
ladies.
casual conversation. Berta was being fucking annoying. I was like, shut the fuck up, you stupid fucking porch monkey. And
Right. He was on a
yeah,
panel, and some lady
yeah.
had a reaction to that and started making it about race. And Leggy was explaining that he doesn't use it in that way. A porch monkey to him is like people like us that just hang out on the porch and stuff because he's from Maine. But then he said he thought about not saying it or something, and I said that's what they want you to do. They want you to like second guess what your natural impulse is to communicate, and then you
It's
distort your message in the process.
it's like around here we call fucking the Coast Guard fucking puddle pirates. I can just see that being a fucking
You call
insult.
what?
The Coast Guard, like the Coast Guard, we call them puddle pirates.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah, who cares? Like if somebody's
But
has
just saying.
that much of a life where that's what offends them, that's what triggers them that day. I just leave those people alone. They're not serious members of society. No, but not Laz when he told her that
Afterwards, I mean, I said it afterwards, but still, like I justify I after she took insult, but
sh-
still, my point is, I understand that most people from the inner city are gonna fucking take that as a fucking insult, yeah, as a slur. You know what I mean? 100%. But it's funny because I also had a Mexican lady once to look at me and said, Because she was like, you know the term wetback? I go, yeah. She goes, you say that up in Maine? She goes, I know you got a lot of Mexicans that come up there and work in the summer. I go, yeah, some of it. I've heard people say that term. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? I was like 18 years old, fucking in basic training on KP duty, and the fucking lady in charge asking these. So obviously, I'm fucking just gonna be like, yeah, answer truthfully, you know what I mean? Yeah, I've heard the term, man. Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah. Just to let you know, that's a compliment. What? She goes, yeah. She goes, if you have a wet back, it means you're working hard. You're doing what needs to be done. She goes, what's wrong with that? I was like, what? And this was like a little Tex-Mex lady. And I was just thinking, that was just such a weird thing to ask somebody. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe she was testing me. I don't know. But it was just a really, and that's always stuck in my head. Do you
Even
know what
at
I
that
mean?
age, like you
I was
picked up on
18.
something.
Yeah, I was like 18, and it's always stuck in my head when she said that to me. But then I think, well, but nowadays, if you said that, you probably would get. I mean, there's no law. You'd probably get your damn. You'd probably get the Shanghai smile going on. So
Well, yeah, it definitely sounds like she was trying to hijack your. I mean, it was a panel, so that's what people do. They react, but like she was trying to hijack your story and make it about her agenda.
yeah, I'm just like I was like I don't like you now. Okay, I'm like
Hmm.
okay, I don't even know who the fuck you are. So cool,
Right.
don't like me then.
And if anyone watching out there, this is why we don't like Karens. Y'all are
That's what I said, Karens
busybodies.
and
Y'all are
Jans,
not
and then
like let
apparently I'm a
people be
Jan. Whatever a Jan is. What the fuck's a Jan? I never heard of a
a
Jan.
gam,
A Jan.
jam,
Jan.
Jan,
Jan. Jan.
like
Jan.
Jan
Jan.
Brady. What's a Jan?
Oh, maybe Jan Brady. I don't know. See, that's that accent. Dude, that reminds me, you saying that. So I was in where the hell was I? Was it Keesler? No. It was Shepherd. I was in Shepherd Air Force Base, right? Doing tech school. And got called. They pick random people for open ranks, right? They just come up and tap you on the shoulder, and you would have to go up and stand up front in front of everybody, and they do open ranks. Like they'd be like, I think like 25, 30 people. Well, they come up and I had. Not gonna lie, I was kind of embarrassed. Well, it was at the time. Now I don't really give a fuck. But I had a fucking stain on the fucking bottom of my shirt from fucking lunch, right? And I never went and changed my shirt because I was in a rush. Tech school, I knew better. Well, so I got tapped up on there, and he goes. So they're asking, and he goes, "What happened to your shirt?" And I go, "Well, sir," I go, "I didn't have time to go get another shirt." He goes, "Excuse me?" I go, "I didn't have time to go get another shirt." He goes, "You didn't have time to do what?" I go, "To go get another shirt." He goes, "A shit? You didn't have time to go get another shit?" No, sir, that's not what I'm saying. Spell it out then. What are you saying? Shirt? Shirt? Oh, shit. You fucking moron. I was like, Jesus Christ, man. I'm from fucking Maine. I can't hope that your fucking little fucking Hispanic ass from Texas can't understand me.
Yeah,
I'm from
like what room does
Tijuana,
Texas
sir. I
have to
don't know.
talk?
I don't know. Huh?
Leggy,
You
you're
know
a
that.
great storyteller. Do you have acting, theater experience? Or anything? I swear to God, it sounded like there were two people in this conversation. I thought there were two people behind your avatar having that conversation, and it was you playing both
No, who could have
characters.
been?
That was so cool.
I don't know. It's just me. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
Dude,
that guy
I
really
tell
came to
story. My kids
life. I
tell me I
felt like he
tell.
was here.
Dude, we talk about everybody. Like, I mean, we talk. Everybody talks. So like, we're always having conversations.
Yeah, that's us. That's same here. It sounds very similar. Um,
I mean, I did the girl. I was dating this girl in high school who was in drama club, and I did do one play with her in high school. So I do have that. But other than that, no, I don't
what
have.
part did you play?
I don't even fucking remember now. I don't even know what the fucking play was.
You were just
Uh,
on stage saying stuff.
uh, uh, I remember I had to sing, and I was like, "Are you sure you want me to sing?" They're like, "Well, it's only one line. You can kind of keep it in key if we do it like this." I go, "Okay, just don't let me sound like a retard." I still think I sound like a retard because I can't sing. I don't have a voice like Vinny does. Now Vinny can carry a tune. Have
Oh,
you ever
Vinny.
heard
Yeah,
Vinny?
I'd be surprised if Vinny doesn't have a few musicals under his. Uh, what? You did all that for a girl?
What? Well, yeah, I was
The the
dating him at
the
the time.
play and the singing and all that.
Yeah, I
Well,
mean
he's like,
they
yeah.
needed an they needed another person, so I was like, okay,
Okay,
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
yeah.
Not Luz. Let me figure this out.
Yeah, it
Karen's.
wasn't no like leading role, no nothing like that.
Yeah,
Nothing
no,
like
they
that.
usually stick people like us in the chorus.
I want to say it was honestly, I want to say it was like Rumpelstiltskin. I'm pretty sure it was Rumpelstiltskin.
I'm gonna pretend like that's what it was, just because it's so cool to visualize you in Rumpelstiltskin.
I did try out for Rumpel, but I didn't get it. But I was like, I was like, I had it down. I
You were
had it
too
down.
leggy.
I was like, I could do Rumpelstiltskin, but I didn't get it.
You probably the personality for like I could definitely see you like doing a voiceover
I was like,
in a movie for it. But
let me
probably
have your
visually
first
you would
bone.
have taken them out of the
With
experience.
with magic, there's always a price. So for that, I want your firstborn.
A fractured fairy tale.
All you got to do is sign this here dotted line.
Leggy, we were trying to put together a panel like drama like way back when, and we were looking for people that could read scripts and do characters. You would have been perfect.
I'm
No,
pretty two-dimensional, Jeff.
uh,
There ain't as much special about me as you
I
might think.
think you're
So
I think you're being modest.
I'm just a naturally
You're
funny
hiding
guy.
your
I
light
think
under a
I'm
bushel or
naturally
whatever
funny
the Bible
because you
story
know
is.
why? Because true stories, as any true comedic person will tell you, stories based in truth that are kind of flamboyant are fucking the best. Like you know what I mean? Has that extra pizzazz to it, that
Yeah.
boom to it. Like for the most part, my stories are all true, exactly how they happened. I just use words
Yeah, you
to
just make you
make them
put that
sound
that
more exciting, I
little bit of
guess.
spice on them.
Yeah, yeah, but it's
Yeah, we
all
do
like
that too.
true. It's like I remember when I got into a fight. I was in the Air Force, right? I got in for a fucking girl. Her fucking friend was like, "Hey, this guy fucking tried to pull the knife out at me at the bar." And so me fucking being a retard, I was like, fucking three sheets to the wind, whatever, right? Well, I wasn't that drunk, but I had a pretty good buzz going on. It was like go. So I get out there, and I'm like, "Who's the fucking numbnuts that had the fucking knife?" Right? Just as fucking slurring my speech as possible, probably. This fucking dude comes out, and I swear to God, I've never said fuck in like a more like monotone, lower voice than I did. I was just like, fuck, man. Like, what did I just
You
get
can
my
do a
like,
lot with
like,
that one
like,
word.
you know what I mean? I'm just like, like, holy hell. He comes around, dude, he has a pair of brass knuckles on. Not only was he about 100 pounds heavier than me, he had them fucking knuckles on. Dude, fucking just cock me. Boom! I was like, holy fuck, dude. The only thing that helped me was enough that I knew how to defend myself. Because when he went to slam my head off the fucking back of the car, and I took my fucking elbows and I brought them up in front of me and braced myself like that. Then I took my feet and I pushed off the car and I turned around. I looked like fucking Roman Reigns from the fucking WWE. I just fucking Superman punched his ass. Like, you know what I mean? I just fucking boom. And when I pushed off the fucking car and I got him to fucking let go of me. And
Is that the true story or the embellished, the spiced up
no,
version?
that's dead serious. Like I'm not really like
Everything that happened
yeah,
happened.
yeah, yeah. And anyways, long story short is I got my ass whooped, and It wasn't. I hit him that time. After I hit her, he just come at me and fucking meleeed me. Like he fucking just he knocked the fuck out of me, dude. My buddy had to pull me the fuck up. Then I tweaked out, went and got my
Oh, that's
fucking
so validating.
knife out of the car, and I started walking towards the guy, and my friend was like, "Not a good idea. You throw everything the fuck away. Don't be a fucking retard. You just got your ass whooped. It's over with."
Uh huh. All
And I was like,
all good sound wisdom.
"Yeah, yeah." Like true story. Like I'll admit, I got my ass whooped. There's not a fucking bit of me that's afraid to admit I got my fucking ass whooped
Joined.
by a
We in the
dude
same club.
by a dude that fucking out. I was not even in the same fucking weight class as him.
I am in story heaven right now. This
He
is
didn't
why I
even
think
he
this
didn't
why I
even need
think
the fucking
Slacker
brass
is the
knuckles.
movie of the future and the
He did
Panelverse.
not
This is
need the brass
interactive
knuckles.
Slacker. This is live Slacker, and I get
One
to
hundred
do it
percent.
every single day. It's not just confined to a hour 40-minute movie.
All the brass knuckles did was bust me the fuck open. But other than that, uh, uh,
Other
he
than
didn't.
being busted open,
You know what I mean?
you were
He didn't
fine.
fucking. He didn't fucking. I mean, I couldn't drive because I had fucking blood all over. But like, he didn't actually knock me the fuck
This
out
is this
that
okay?
I'm
Is this?
aware of.
Are you talking about like a Quentin Tarantino movie, or this is something that happened from your life?
Dude, I'm dead serious. Dude, I swear on my fucking kid's life. Dude, I got my ass fucking whooped. 100%. Dude,
Yeah, that
dude,
sounds.
like I fucked up and everything because like he was like, "Well, meet me here." Like, you know what I mean?
You thought you were gonna
Dumb,
beat him up?
my dumb ass fucking fault. Like, you know what I mean? But he was in his car. Like, he was in his car when all this fucking, you know what I mean? So like when I followed him, he got the fuck out. And said it was fuck. It was just not good, not good.
That's what I was thinking, Spike. This is another point of monetization. We have some of the greatest modern storytellers here, and we need to start collecting them and putting them behind a paywall. And then we give them their cut. Pimp out these story, our campfire
Dude, I
tales.
can
We need
remember.
that. It's
You know
so
what?
primal in the psyche. People want those raw campfire stories.
Like you, dude. I can't even make some of this shit up. Like when I was a kid, we used to live in Baltimore, right? Because my dad's from Baltimore, right? So I used to live down there. My dad and my uncle had a painting business, roofing business going on. But my dad kept all the vehicles at my uncle's house because my uncle had a driveway. Where we lived, it was on the street parking only, right? Because like you had to go through a courtyard. One side was my grandmother's house, like a apartment townhouse, whatever the fuck it was called, and then the other side was ours. So everything was there. Well, for a week, I can remember my dad. I'd come home from school. My dad would be home. He'd be pissed, pissed. And finally, one night, I got home from school. My dad's like, "That's it. We're fucking going to your uncle's house." So we walked to my uncle's house, right up, and because my uncle only lived a couple blocks away, so we walked the fuck up there. And I was probably 8 years old, maybe. And fucking, my dad comes in the house, and all I can remember is there just fucking white shit all over the house, right? Like all over the table. Like there was like these white
Like
bricks, right?
somebody had busted open
Right,
a box of baking soda.
right. It was like these white bricks all over the fucking house, right? And I can remember just as my dad grabbed my fucking uncle and threw him up against the fucking wall, my mother took me the fuck outside. Cause like we walked in the house, my dad seen that and instant freaked the fuck out. Like got pissed because my uncle had taken all the fucking money and bought all this fucking. Well, we don't need to say what it is. We all can get to what it is by how I just described it. Uh this is early '90s,
Baking powder.
so yeah, yeah. Anyways, uh
Making a
I
lot
can
of
remember my
muffins.
fucking dad beating the holy fuck out of my uncle because of it. Right?
How would you say you were?
I was
8?
like 8, dude. 8 years old. I can
Damn,
honestly,
that's. I still feel like I'm in a Quentin Tarantino movie. Your whole
and then
life.
I can remember,
How does
I can
Hollywood not
remember
have
my
a
mother
contract
worked
with
at
you
a
yet?
Royal Farms, right? Worked on a Royal, I think it was on like Fleet Street, like, or right around Fleet Street. It was a Royal Farm. Because if you walked right up behind it, there was like a Harris Teeter's, a Hardee's, or whatever the fuck it was at the time. And I can remember me and my dad walked into that Royal Farms just as they were getting fucking robbed, right? So my
The same
dad,
day?
no, it wasn't the same day as
Oh,
this,
okay.
but like this
Wow.
was a different time, right?
This was
I
all
can
in
remember,
Baltimore? We're still in
I can,
Baltimore?
yeah, I can remember walking into that and this fucking dude robbing the fucking place. My dad and this other big fucking corn husky fed motherfucker, right? This real husky Harris looking type. He fucking, he followed my dad and that guy followed that guy up around to an alley. Of course, me being a young kid, I chased my dad, right? Fucking my dad picked that guy up, plopped him on his ass. That other guy fucking come around, fucking popped him in the fucking face, right? I can remember when the cops got there, they go, "What happened to them?" And classic movie line, he tripped. Of course, being Baltimore, they really didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Because it was a black fella, so they really
You
didn't give a
Oh
fuck.
wait, do you know that for sure because of the race or just because he was a
Well, I mean, it's
crook?
early '90s in
If
Baltimore,
he
so
was white, do you think they would have like given him a pass?
what? No, no, no. My dad would have chased the guy no matter what. I'm just saying, like the cops' reaction to it, though. Like, you know what I
Oh.
mean? Like,
Would they have like put more effort to it if the guy wasn't black?
I think they probably would have back then. I mean, this was like '93 in Baltimore,
Why would I to me if they're racist,
94,
they would want to
94 in
put
Baltimore.
more into
Like, so
into
you know what I mean?
getting him
So,
arrested than like
but he robbed the fucking store, so
so they took him in.
took him in. Dude, my grandfather,
I,
right? My dad's dad. He died with an axe in his head because him and this guy got in a fight over a woman and the last fucking shot of whiskey, of Jack Daniels whiskey.
I think that just
My dad to
tr-
this day
took us
does
beyond
not know
Tarantino.
where, like, to this day, my dad doesn't know where he's buried at. And, and the fucking guy confessed that, like, literally 2 weeks after we moved, like, my dad moved back to Baltimore and I moved to Baltimore. It was 2 weeks. The fucking cops come knocking on the door. We were living with my grandmother at the time, and the guy that had killed my grandfather had confessed to it
How did you turn out as normal as you are? What is your secret?
because I had very logical parents. My dad explained how the world worked to me. You don't. He went, son. You don't fight unless he goes. There's three things you fight for. He goes. You fight for family. You fight to protect your property, and to fight to protect yourself. Other than that, you don't fucking just go fight to fight. He goes. You don't go pick a fight. He goes. You don't go looking for a fight. But if a fight comes to you, don't turn it the fuck away. Especially if it's on your terms. Like, you know
What
what
were
I
the
mean?
three things? Family,
Property and self.
so like physical self defense, physical
Yeah.
self.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? And then he goes, but my dad never used weapons. Like, my dad never owned guns. Like, I can remember we owned
Good thing.
from from the time I was like 10 to 13, 14. My dad, my dad used to own a shotgun and a rifle, so we'd go deer hunting, and then and bird hunting. And then when I become a teenager, I bought my own shotgun, and I only ever went rabbit and bird hunting. So and if I went deer hunting, I just used my friend's rifle. So as a teenager, so like, other than that, my dad's never had firearms and shit. So like, I was always taught you use your fist in a fight. You don't jump people. It's a one-on-one fight. You don't put yourself in situations you can't win. Like
That
all this shit. Like, you
yeah,
know what I
that
mean?
sounds like good
And it's a
wisdom.
lot of life lessons. Like I learned. Like as I told you, that dude. I should never. I was fucking drunk. I shouldn't have got. I shouldn't have followed him. I shouldn't have fucking listened to some chick that I wasn't even banging, you know what I mean? It was just, I should have just fucking, whatever.
Yeah. Well, did you do it since? Did you learn that night? Hopefully you did. You might have cut out, Leggy. Ah, we
No,
lost.
I'm here. I'm here.
Oh,
I'm here.
okay.
I'm here.
Like,
I'm
oh no,
texting the light.
I lost my stories.
No, no, no. I talk, uh, dude. And then listen to this. So, so my uncle, right? So my uncle, so this is going to be a recent thing, so people can probably find it. But anyways, my uncle went there was just several of it, right? Well, he was married to my aunt, and then they got a divorce like 20 years ago, right? So like he's not technically my uncle no more, but he is. Like because I don't like my aunt's husband that she has now. Like he's just a
Just
complete
disown
jerk, and her old husband, he never did
it.
anything wrong to me. Like you know what I mean? So like he was still always my uncle. Anyways, he disappeared. Right? He's 80 some years old. So they were looking for him, looking for him. My dad calls me yesterday. Right? Tells me they found him. I go, yeah, where they find him? Out in the woods, down a well or something? Like, I figured maybe he stumbled and got old dementia and fell into an old well or something out back. No, the wall of the barn. I go, what? Yep, apparently the dog found him in the wall of the barn. And he'd been there for quite some time. Of course, this is coming from your Aunt Mary, which is coming from your Aunt Georgie, which is coming
Is this
from
Baltimore
Becky.
still?
No, 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 this is up here. Like, this is up in
Okay.
Maine.
Oof.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just thinking, he was found. So one or two things. Either at 87 years old with dementia and shit, his wife or somebody, caretaker, whoever the fuck it may be, couldn't stand him no more, decided to put him in the wall. Or second theory is all them old farmhouses, them old barns was balloon construction, which means they built one big wall, stood it up. You know what I mean? So it's all just one giant. There's not different sections of the wall, so it's just one giant wall with you know where you put the insulation and shit. It'd all just be hollow all the way up through. So either he climbed the fuck up there and did something, got himself fell the fuck down in there, or someone put him the fuck. There's only two options. So
Wait, what was the second option?
either he climbed up, like thinking
Oh,
that he was doing
he got
something,
in there
and then
himself.
somehow, because it's
Mm-hmm.
construction. So balloon construction is, if Moose is in the chat, he could tell you a lot of old Maine farmhouses. That's how they built one balloon construction there. To you know come up, that just build. They build a two-story house and they build just one wall, stand it up, join it all together, then they put the floor in. That's balloon construction, which is now illegal in Maine to do it like that. I do believe because of the fire. You have to have that separation of floors.
Let's see. Not Lost had said something earlier that I wanted to figure out. Are you saying that we're like Karen's going on a panel and saying something that is primarily a racist term? It doesn't matter what it primarily is. It only matters how he was using it in that moment in his story. He doesn't
Exactly. That's
have
the
to
point.
account
It's
for how it's used
context.
in other
You have to look at
contexts.
it in context. Exactly. I mean, I said it. They don't know me, so yeah, they took it as it. So
Yes, we're
I'm just
whining
saying
about the
that
Karen's
after I
whining.
explained
It's a
it,
counter
I was
whining.
I was still said that they were still used trying to justify them getting offended because they like you know
Yeah.
what I mean. They were trying to make it about their kids being black and they're offended because the kids were black. So it's like making me believe if they didn't have black children, they wouldn't be offended. You get my point? Like it's one of them terms. Like it. Yeah, it's just stupid. We're not going to talk about it because it's a stupid fucking thing.
Yeah,
Like
I would have just told her to
I'm not.
shut up and let me tell my story.
I just whatever. I mean, I wasn't telling a story. I mean, I was insulting Berto. I mean,
Oh.
I wasn't really
Well,
telling a
then shut
story.
up and let me insult my people, lady. Don't interfere with me when I'm insulting someone. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Not lost. I feel the same way about you. It's like the Spider-Man meme. It's projection and counter projection, and then there's projective identification, where the person starts to take on the characteristics that are being projected onto them. You want to talk about programming and mind control? That's the closest I've seen to it yet. Watch something like Ingmar Bergman's Persona. Oh, good. Yeah, I know you already have. You probably have a couple of generators, B. But seriously, focus on what you need to do there. But do check in when you can, and at
I
least let
know
us know.
Florida's supposed to get fucking hammered. They said Tampa Bay's supposed to get hit
I
with a
know it's
category.
Category 5. Like I'm having Katrina premonitions. Laura was the one that tore up my town, and the one that just passed. Like these hurricanes are getting.
Well, dude, I remember being in Biloxi, right? Well, I mean, this was 2000 and it was 2007. I was in Biloxi, and dude, things fucking were still ravaged. Cause what was Katrina like? '05, right?
Yeah, oh
2005.
05.
Yeah, so things were still fucking destroyed. I can remember, dude. So one of the best things. There's two things I can say that when I was in the Air Force that I can say like I'll never get to experience again. Is I went with Habitat for Humanity,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
we volunteered to help go this old lady come out through, right? And she was like, you know, Mississippi. She was like, "Oh my baby, thank you, Lord, baby, thank you, baby. I'm so glad you're here." She goes, "This is all I know. You know what I mean, babe? Yeah, yeah, babe. I'm so happy. The Lord has brought you guys here to 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 help me fix my house. It such a shame. You see, my neighbor here, she was kind to let me come live with her. Somehow, her house was spared. She goes, but I got this here. I don't have much to offer y'all, but I got this here sweet tea. Dude, that was some of the best sweet tea I've ever had in my fucking life. 100%.
Oh my God.
And then, and then, so when I was in Texas, they we had to go to it was a homecoming game for I think Midwestern State University in I think it's in like Wichita Falls, Texas, in that general area. And so we're there and they're playing. I want to say Texas Tech or A&M or one of them, right? And they had so the Air Force was out there and we did the salute and the Army was the guys out there with the flag, you know how they have the giant flag and do the wave. So you're standing there and I can say, dude, however many people were in that fucking stadium, there's nothing like it. When performers and entertainers say they get fucking goosebumps when that many people are roaring, dude, I can say I have actually felt it in my life because we were out there when the B2s and the F-16s or yeah, as the F-16s flew overhead, dude, we were the ones to salute. So it was fucking, dude, it was badass. Like I can say I had a moment like that.
Oh, Beak. Thank you. Wow. And not lies. I was about to say, like, this. I feel guilt. I feel like I'm stealing. Like I should be paying for this content. I don't get this anywhere. You can't get this on TV, streaming. So thank all of you. Here we
Dude, we
go.
had listen to this.
Wow. I appreciate it, guys. I
We had
definitely want to
we
keep
had
this
an air
going.
show at
The what?
we had an air show and the F-22s. We had an air show, right? And the F-22s were just coming out, and so there was like this contest or whatever. You could do it. Anyways, me and like three other people won it to go up in the F-22s. And so after that, you had to go through the G test simulator and see if you can withstand and all that. Uh, dude, that was fucking insane. Fucking flying in that fucking thing behind that pilot and him going, you know what the scariest thing is? Deciding if you want to pull up or not, and then fucking doing a nosedive. Like I'm dead serious. And then he takes that fucking plane, dude. He whips it to the fucking side and fucking flips it back up. He goes, I just killed. He goes, hypothetically, I just killed fucking everybody out there. Like however many people are out there on the tarmac. He goes, I just killed them all. He goes that fast. I go, what? Dude, that was fucking insane. I did pass out when he went back up. I passed the fuck out
From what?
from the fucking G-force of him going up.
Oh, okay. Not.
It sucked me fucking back into the seat and shit.
Dang.
Dude, that was nuts though. That was fucking nuts. One
Were
of
you
the,
Air Force?
yep, yeah.
That's what I wanted to like. That's the one I would have picked because I wanted to fly plane. I knew they would never let me behind a cockpit, but that's you. Oh wow, you got to do all the stuff that I imagined would happen if you joined the Air
I see. I
Force.
didn't fly. I did not fly. It was you know what I mean. I didn't have control of the aircraft at
I want
all.
to pass
Like
out from G
I was
Force,
just a
all of that.
passenger. You know what I mean? That was fucking badass though. Like one of the fucking most intense flights ever.
Austin, happy birthday. Um, embrace it that you have it. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you were born. Um, I could tell you from my perspective, whatever stress you're having about 30, this is a good chance to kind of get used to it because 40 and then 50. 50 was the big one. Um, you're going to encounter more of these little, I don't know, uncertainties, apprehensions. But 30 is a great 30. My 30s was my favorite decade. That's when I was most productive. I accomplished the most. I had the best relation. Like that's where I most feel like I think I peaked at 30. And so I see 30 as an optimistic age, but that's just from my personal life. So either way, however it turns
Look.
out,
I'm
happy birthday.
36. I'm 36, and I tell you what, it's much different now than when I was 26.
You're 36?
Everything, huh?
You're 36?
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God, you seem so much older. You have all that wisdom or that life experience.
Well, it's because I've lived, dude. I've been everywhere.
Yeah,
Like
you've lived
legit,
a
I've been everywhere.
compressed life.
Like
Yeah,
I know
look at the
Lord Dog said
positives.
something about, well, you've lived in Maine a long time. Yeah, I've lived here a long time. Doesn't mean I don't travel. Don't mean I
Right.
don't like have friends
See,
elsewhere. I
those are
don't have family.
stereotypes. Those are harmful
Like,
stereotypes. You should
I'm just
challenge them.
thinking. I'm just thinking. Yeah, I mean, yes, I'm a little like parent culture and shit. Like I'm getting less in touch with it because I am getting older and I don't necessarily travel as much as I used to with family and all that. But the same sense is, I still try to keep a pulse on shit, and my kids keep me entertained and up to date. I guess it's like Drake and Kendrick Lamar. I'm like, they had a beef. I didn't fucking know they had a beef, and all of a sudden my kids are like, "Dad, you like Drake or Kendrick Lamar?" I'm like, "Well," I go, "I don't know." I go, "My cell phone." I go, "You call me on my cell phone if you want, you know." I was like, "Oh," I go, "What the fuck's a Kendrick Lamar song?" Like, you know what I mean? I was all kinds of. So I
That's the
go, "I guess
singer,
I'm rolling
right?
with Drake."
No, he didn't have a scraggly gray beard. You might be thinking of Chuck. He's our elder. Chuck's our actual elder, and Leggy just seems like an elder. He's
Well,
just uh, we're misaging him.
I told you, dude. I was raised like a fucking Gen Z, Gen
That's
X.
the,
I mean,
the the
whatever.
the dude that helped George Washington. With the guy that they sent over from Germany to help the. No, it was the British, right? Or was it? No, it was
It
Washington. I
was the
forgot. Did he
French.
help us or?
The French. It was the fucking French that helped us win the Revolutionary War with George Washington and shit. It was very much the French. We owe our independence to not the
There was a
French.
lot of people. There was a lot of moving parts. That if
Well,
any
I
one of
understand that, but
those,
it was really the French that fucking.
well, y'all are welcomed. I hope y'all send us some love down there in New France.
Now, look, so did the Cajun people came from the Acadians, right?
Yeah, from up at well,
So
it
the
wasn't Canada at the
Acadians is
time.
up like northern Maine up into like Canada and Nova Scotia. Because we have like Acadia National Park here, which whatever. But
Right, yeah. In fact, my mom, I think she's in Maine now. She visited that. She sent pictures. Um, yeah, I get them confused with the Hessians. That's the other one. The Hessians were the ones that the British tried to use, like their high tech fighting force. But von Steuben was the one that came and helped Washington. Right. Kanishiwa. This is. I'm loving these. I'm very multicultural. You're really capturing me well. I don't know if I have an Asian side, although according to the 23andMe, I think there's like a dot of Asian somewhere. Culturally Prussian. Um,
I think I feel like where I live, I feel like the Irish has, like the Irish people here.
have taken over.
No, 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 no. Like the Irish people, like I feel like a lot of people from down where I live, like they're descendants of that of the Irish.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that would explain some of the wildness. That, like, we were talking the other day, when Joe played that stock video, and it was like the wild is everything that happens outside of those normal moments, those predictable moments.
Right?
Well, we could bring that's what well, that's part of making it great again is bringing it back again. But for marketing purposes, you want to leave that part out and act like it's still there to be brought back. So just don't tell them the part that they have to actually build it all over from scratch again. Just pretend like they're just extending the enterprise. Um, I've heard of it probably. It sounds like something Russian. But it could be misinformation. Somebody like that Borges story, Plon ut bar orbis tertius. Somebody could have created an entire fake country called Kaliningrad and introduced it into the information ecosphere. In fact, you could be doing that right now. This could be a very high level troll. Is there a Kaliningrad?
I've never heard of it, but I'm not
I
saying
don't
it's
know.
wrong.
We need that fact check. This could be misinformation. Oh my God! Someone faked an entire Wikipedia article on it. Königsberg. I've heard of Königsberg. That sounds Norwegian though. Oh, German and Prussian. That is now Kaliningrad, Russia. But how do I know this is real? These could be photos of castles from anywhere that people are pasting into a Wikipedia article and calling it Kaliningrad.
That's why I don't. I always double, triple check shit from Wikipedia.
Konigrad. What's grad? Like village, land, territory? Kingland. Maybe that's where Elvis is. Konig
Let's
King.
go.
Me big alpha chief.
Arriba la raza.
where where
Andale,
where
hey.
where are you? Leggy, can I be
Mucho
your manager or your
mama.
agent when Hollywood comes calling?
Hey, Macarena. Hey, 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 hey. Hey,
Kingstown.
pretty lady. What you got cooking up in there? Emma, some finger looking good. Rib right there. Smack your mama.
What did they put in your sativa today?
I haven't really smoked much of anything today. I'm driving, Jeff. I don't do that.
Ah, well,
I
that's
don't do
good.
that. I don't do that and drive. Wink, wink.
That sounds very responsible.
It is responsible.
Just like not getting into fights.
Exactly. I don't get into fights.
Like it's
Shit comes
risk
from it.
management. Avoiding making unnecessarily trouble for yourself is good risk management. It
True
keeps
that,
you
brother.
alive. It keeps your investments alive and the people around you, your material investments.
Well, anyways, the leg man is bouncing like a super
Oh yeah,
ball.
are you going to another panel? Are you making the rounds?
No, 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 no. I gotta bounce.
Okay.
The wife is called. I gotta go.
Oh yeah, go.
I gotta
That's
go.
definitely a
The
panel.
boss is
Take care.
called. The
Take
boss
care.
is called.
Get your cape on
And
and
hey, plus it's my wedding anniversary tomorrow, so I want that fucking booty tonight. Okay, I want that once a year special treat. You know, so.
I hope it happens for you. And have a happy anniversary.
All right, I'll see you later, Jeff.
Take care, Leggy.
Bye.
Oh Lord, how do I follow that with anything? I might as well just wrap up the panel now, unless somebody else wants to come on. Um, I just randomly picked the title. It just sounded cool. It just came to me. But man, how appropriate it was. Feral lucidity, the wisdom of the lone wolf. Why don't I? Yeah, one thing I was trying to do, like a side benefit I was trying to do when I started this channel, because it was a community building channel, and that includes me as well. I was trying to find my people. I've been trying to do that the whole time in Seattle, but definitely since COVID, and I feel like that's finally happening. We got a lot of tips. We got super chat tips, and we got a lot of life tips. Family, self, and what was the third one? Property. Protect, which ties into the protect, provide, preside role. And I was watching this men's kind of men's movement video earlier, and it was like the type of woman to look for if you're looking for a trad wife. And one guy brought up Christian, like all the qualities they have to have, and Christian was one of them. And the guy, Ryan Mickler, stopped him and he said, I don't know if necessarily Christian, but principled. And I really like that. Like, I think that's what we're after. When people say, how could you be a Satanist? Or you're a Christian, but I relate to you so much. Or you're a Muslim, but you seem so moral and cool. I think that it's because we're all principled. It's not necessarily Christian. I think Christianity can be one source of principledness. But I think there are others. There's Stoicism, Epicureanism, um, it's secular humanism. So there are many different paths that have developed over the centuries that get us to the state or quality of being principled. And I think that's what we're finding in each other. And when he said that on the video today, it kind of tied it together for me and made that little light bulb go off. That virtue, principled, morality, higher nature, whatever you want to call it. It wherever that comes from, and it can come from different forms of nurture. But I think that's the quality that we're recognizing in each other and that we're wanting in mates. It's not necessarily that they be specifically Christian, but they be principled. You could have principled Buddhist. Can you have, I truly believe, and only because people from this group are demonstrating it in little glimmers here and there, but I believe you could have a principled form of progressivism or wokeism. I do. I love it more than anything. I can't imagine anything with like not having it because that would be non-existent. Like the fact that I could even attempt to imagine that is a credit to existence. Like that only further validates existence. Philosophically, I'm an existentialist. I have been ever since I got involved in philosophy. Um, Being precedes essence. Like you exist, and everything follows downstream from that. Um, so yes, I don't. It's kind of one of those transcendence things that it's the water we swim in. It's so fundamental to everything else that the question almost does it have meaning or is beside itself. Definitely to be um every to like the highest extent that I could be, because you only get this moment to be, and so make the most of it. Um I'm trying to remember that Wallace Stevens quote. Let me see if I can find it. Come on. All right, I found it. Let me just. Come on, Google. There's got to be a better way to find quotes. Maybe AI can help with that. After the final no, this is from his poem, The Well Dressed Man with a Beard. After the final no, there comes a yes. And on that yes, the future world depends. So I think however many no's crop up in the process, the answer is always finally yes. There's always that final yes that affirms existence. That's projection. You have no ability to tell me what I'm in. So you're narrating your world based on your experience or your position in it or whatever, but it doesn't apply to everybody else. We all get to mythologize our own lives. I don't know, not laws, because you're right here, right now, participating in part of my action. One of my actions is to create a channel or a space like this where people could come and learn and heal and grow and all, and that all sounds like positive stuff. So I hope my actions are speaking for themselves, because you are continually coming and participating in the action, something that is a result of my own actions. So saying that on this stream seems kind of weird, because I hope this is an example of a positive form of action that people can take. Right. Which is good. Like, I don't know if I want society making decisions like they're on the precipice of death every second. We have enough Gen X nihilism going on that I have to help. Not necessarily do something about. I keep going back to Stoicism and Epicureanism, like the two in Hellenistic times, when the breakdown of the Greek city-state and the individual, and Greek rationalism was facing the chaos of all these conflicting multiple cultures. Well, that's the same situation we're in now. And two of the paths that philosophy developed, because philosophy shifted kind of from understanding the world and to how do we live in this amidst this chaos. And I think to this day, in one form or another, those two approaches are still with us. I know Stoicism had a big influence on Christianity. I would claim Satanism for Epicureanism. It's definitely a descendant of based hedonism, as I like to call it. Hedonism with a higher purpose. I do factor into important decisions, not necessarily like what I'm going to eat that day, but any decision that has long term implications for my life. I factor in the awareness that death is real and it's going to happen someday. Not necessarily. I don't need to face it every moment I'm making a decision, but in the back of my mind, like that is one of the foundations or pillars of my worldview or my framework that I look through. Mortality is certainly um, the awareness of it is present in important decisions. All right, I think I'm at an hour, so I think I'm going to wrap up, and then I'm going to go take care of errands, do a little touching of the grass, and come back for more. Um, so take care. And thanks a lot for the participation and the super chats, the memberships. I don't really push that or promote that, but I do remind everyone that it's out there and it is what keeps this space going. So if you enjoy stories like you heard today, which I like the fact that we get this for free is a credit to the miracle of modern technology. Or you enjoy any of the educational content, or you just want to support it because you believe in the mission, or it helps make your day just a little that much better. We do have those options, and I appreciate all of the support through viewership, watching, telling your friends, subscribing, sharing, liking, and things like the super chats and memberships. So keep being one of the most awesome audiences on YouTube. I'm not kidding. Y'all have spoiled me for other panels. Because when I go on other panels, I'm like, it's not my audience. Where's my audience? They need to be here. It's not YouTube or Panelverse without that audience. Spike, see you later. Have a good day. And I'll be back. All right, take care, everybody. Keep raising hell. Keep making hell just a little bit brighter.